Denise, welcome to Barcelona, and thank you so much for joining us here in BCnegra. We're very, very pleased to have had you. You've just come out of a talk talking about domestic violence, and so I wanted to know, what are your feelings about this kind of international aspect of talking to each other about this? Is there a lot of meeting points?
There are. I think we tend to think of something like domestic violence particularly as an internal, small, hidden domestic problem, and actually it is an international problem. It's a problem that all societies are dealing with. Coming from the feminist movement over the past 50 years, suddenly this is a public issue and something people object to. Nobody objected to it before. And lots of different cultures are finding different ways to deal with it. And actually the law is a very blunt instrument. It's not really the way that you can challenge fundamental things like domestic violence. So it's really interesting to talk to people from other cultures, to talk to an international audience about something like that and get their ideas.
Do you find that there are similarities?
There are always similarities. There's always common ground, and I think the lovely thing about doing an event like this is, you know, because we're the arts, we're about asking questions that raise more questions. We're not about presenting solutions, but it's by being able to ask open questions that you can start to find an answer to these things. And I'm not saying that we're going to find the solution, but we're finding new ways to think about it. For example, one of the things we were talking about there was questioning the notion of romantic relationships and a lot of the assumptions that go along with that and that sort of construction of relationships. And that's really interesting, and I had never really thought about that before.
No, I think you're right. I think, as you said, it's great that there's this communality and this open dialogue can happen, hopefully more of them in the future.
Yeah,
but
hopefully.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much. Thanks for having me. It's a delight.
Okay.
Thank you.